The following is transcribed.
Welcome to the Bat-Supe Season 2, Preheat. It's beginning to look like the words, "See you in court, counselor," are about to become a way of life for the Bat-Supe Corporation. And you know what they say about lawyers. The only good lawyer is the one who can get you out of all those parking tickets. And meanwhile, back in Germany, Superman is getting impatient with his quest to find der Teufel. Will he stick around long enough to see him in the Husgau? Tie on your capes for lots of frustration, plenty of ill-timed parental concern, and characters not named Superman galore! Well, Superman may have had it with this part of the story, but this part of the story sure hasn't had it with him. Will he regret his choices? Find out next in Part 7 of The Atom Man, as originally broadcast on October 18th, 1945. But first...
Children are broken-hearted and parents are ready to go to war. One lawyer says, "Not to worry." Greetings, everyone. With the Reciprocal News Brief from the Reciprocal News Anchor Desk, I'm Scoop Digger. Details are sketchy, but due to a recent shutdown of the Postal Service and a series of freak accidents brought on by, you guessed it, the Bat-Supe Corporation, the Justice Department has launched a series of investigations that many with knowledge of the subject are calling significant. Meanwhile, assuming a defensive posture, Bat-Supe Incorporated's legal team of Stedmeyer, and Nichols released a document to Bat-Supe retailers explaining that their recent advertisement was intended to create a sense of urgency, not to be taken as a threat. He goes on to explain that word on the street is that the government is going to try to seize all Bat-Supe Swell Prizes remaining in the hands of consumers for, quote, the public good, unquote. He says in the unlikely event that this rumor is true, his firm will push for a dismissal and, short of that, healthy financial compensation for each item. We'll keep you posted on developments, but want to assure our listeners that the Bat-Super Swell Scholarship Program remains untarnished by this development, and even those in the government seeking restitution are in favor of it, saying, "It really is a swell idea." Until next time, from the Reciprocal News Anchor Desk, I'm Scoop Digger.
Curtain. Music.
Kellogg's Pep, the super delicious cereal, presents The Adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
And now, The Adventures of Superman. In a secret cave in the Black Forest of Germany, a Nazi chemist succeeded in dissolving a piece of pure, highly radioactive kryptonite, which had been stolen by der Teufel, a brilliant but unscrupulous scientist. Teufel prepared to inject the solution into the veins of a young Nazi, who, in a short time, he said, would become an atomic monster, able to generate such intense power and energy within his body that the entire world, including Superman, would become his slaves. Meanwhile, an American military police sergeant named Bill Nelson had traced Teufel to an inn, from which an underground tunnel led to the cave in the forest. In a gunfight with the innkeeper, Nelson and a companion were wounded. And as we continue now at the American occupation base in a nearby village, a radio operator hurriedly summons Major Carroll, the commanding officer. Listen.
Major Carroll, will you come here, sir?
Yes, Teufel, what is it?
We've been getting a signal from Sergeant Nelson, sir. I think he's in trouble.
Well, what kind of trouble?
I don't know. I can't quite make him out. Something about... Listen.
Nelson. Calling. Base. Nelson.
There he is again. You hear him, sir?
Yes, answer him.
Base.
Well, I have, but he doesn't seem to hear me.
Well, try again.
South Central Zone 3 to Sergeant Nelson. We hear you. What's the trouble? Come in.
What's the matter with him? He doesn't answer.
No, he doesn't.
Need help. Wounded.
Says he needs help. He's wounded. Ask him where he is.
Yes, sir. Where are you, Bill? Where are you?
I trace
What was that? Something about trace. He said that before.
Teufel.
Teufel? Great Caesar, he's trying to tell us he's traced to Teufel. Tell him we heard him and ask him where he is.
Yes, sir. We heard you, Bill. You traced Teufel and you're wounded. Tell us where you are.
In? Where?
Gottfried. Oh.
He said that Gottfried. He must mean Gottfried's Inn. I'll go there at once. Now stand by, Corporal. I may have an important message for you to flash to Berlin. Lieutenant Harris!
As Major Carroll and a detachment of soldiers start for Gottfried's Inn, Superman, unaware of this latest development, has made an important decision. After one more fruitless effort to find Der Teufel, the Man of Steel, in his guise of reporter Clark Kent, has just entered the office of Colonel Greeley, Chief of American Intelligence.
I've come to say goodbye, Colonel.
Goodbye? Where are you going, Kent?
Back to America.
But you're here on the Teufel story. You're not going home before we find him.
I must. If he hasn't been found by now, he won't be.
Nonsense, Kent. It may take time, but we'll get him eventually.
Eventually is too late, Colonel. 1 week more, even 1 day more, may be too late.
Too late for what?
To save Superman. And perhaps far more than Superman.
Save Superman? Oh, you're harping on that kryptonite nonsense again.
Believe me, Colonel, it isn't nonsense. Kryptonite is Superman's one mortal enemy.
Oh, come now, Kent.
Believe me, it is. And now Der Teufel has it. He's one of the most brilliant scientists Germany ever developed. And he knows the power of that kryptonite. He's trying to develop some sort of an atom man with it to rule the world.
An atom man, huh?
Yes.
Look, Kent, you're too smart a reporter to believe anything as fantastic as that.
Well, they said the atomic bomb was fantastic, too, Colonel, before the first one fell on Hiroshima.
Yes, but an atom man? That's too incredible.
I hope so, but I'm not at all sure. That's why I can't waste another minute. I've got to get back to Metropolis, where where a friend of mine is trying to perfect a defense against the kryptonite.
A defense for Superman?
That's right. So I'll be saying goodbye, Colonel, and thanks for everything.
Well, there's nothing to thank me for, Kent. I've enjoyed having you around. But have a nice trip home and say hello to the Statue of Liberty for me.
I will. So long, Colonel.
Goodbye.
Let's see. Plenty of deserted offices at this late hour. Yeah, this will do. Just close the door. And out of these clothes. Colonel Greeley thinks that nothing for
Superman to worry about, eh? Well, I know there is. Dr. Millison must find some defense against the kryptonite. That's my only chance to survive. There we are, all set. Up with this window, and back to Metropolis. Up, and away! Leaping high into the starry night sky, Superman streaks away to the west, across the continent of Europe, and out over the broad Atlantic toward Metropolis. Meanwhile, in a musty, dimly lit cave deep in the Black Forest of Germany, the dread menace which Superman fears is being prepared against him. On a rough bunk lies a tall, slim, blonde-haired young German. His eyes are closed and he breathes heavily, laboriously, his chest straining to its utmost as the breath rasps from his lips. A long rubber tube extends from a taped clasp on his forearm to a glass vial suspended above the bunk, in which the last drops of a thick, brilliantly green liquid are disappearing into the tube. Leaning over one side of the bunk, his eyes popping behind thick-lensed spectacles, is Der Teufel, his fingers on the sleeping German's pulse. On the other side, his face white and tense, stands the shaggy-haired chemist, Professor Milch.
How is his pulse, Teufel?
It is very rapid. But in a few moments, when the kryptonite solution is taken into his blood, it will recede to normal.
You say it will, but how do you know? Such an experiment as this has never been attempted before.
I am confident we will succeed.
You are confident. It is not your son who lies there, it is mine.
You offered him for this great service to the fatherland, and he pleaded for the honor. Do you now regret it?
Nein, of course not. It is just that now I'm afraid for him.
You should not be afraid. Rather be proud. For I give your son the opportunity of visiting such terror and destruction upon his hated enemies as is almost beyond imagination. But first, the great Superman will bow to him and do his will.
Yeah, that is good, Teufel, good. But why does he not regain consciousness? The solution is all gone now from the vial.
In a moment. The kryptonite is a great shock to his system. Remove the transfusion tube.
Yeah.
I will attach the converter so that when he awakes, he will be ready.
Yeah. That small square box you attached to his throat. That is the converter.
Yeah. It fits above the jugular vein. Now, this little switch here. When it is thrown, an impulse flashes to the kryptonite in his blood, rearranging the outer structures of the atoms. They rush toward his hands, on which he will wear the meshed platinum and thorium gloves I showed you. At that point, the nucleus of the atom is broken, and there will emerge from his fingers such a stream of energy that anything in its path, be it men or great buildings or even mountains, will disappear as if they had never been there.
Yeah, the theory I understand, Teufel. You need not lecture me as if I was a schoolboy. But so far it's only a theory. My son's life is at stake. But I wish to know, will the theory become a fact?
Wait. It begins.
You mean?
See, his labored breathing subsides. And feel for yourself how his pulse beat lowers.
Yeah, it appears normal now. And see his eyelids flutter.
Yeah. In the moment, Milch. In the moment, our atom man will be born.
Rigid with excitement, der Teufel and Professor Milch bend over the tall, blond German youth on the bunk as the other Nazis in the cave crowd close behind them. We'll return in a moment for the dramatic climax of today's episode. But first, here's a mighty swell suggestion.
Say, gang, you'll want to spread the news around to all your friends that you're collecting those slick new comic buttons that now come in packages of Kellogg's Pep. Because that's the only way they'll know you can trade duplicates with them. And you wouldn't want to miss out on that fun. You want to be sure you round out your collection of all 18 different buttons. Yep, that's 18 different comic strip characters, like Smitty and K.O. and Herbie and Superman, of course. And the best part is, you don't have to send in a single penny for these sharp, new comic buttons. Not even a box top. Fact is, you can't buy them anywhere. But you can ask Mom to get you a package of that super delicious whole wheat flake cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Inside each package, there's a thrilling prize. One of these bright new comic buttons or a military insignia or warplane button. Remember, that's P-E-P, Pep, made by Kellogg's of Battle Creek.
And now, back to the adventures of Superman. In a musty, dim-lit cave in the Black Forest of Germany, where der Teufel has injected Professor Milch's son with a solution of kryptonite, Teufel, Milch, and 10 other Nazis gaze down breathlessly at the tall, blond young German on the rough bunk. 1 minute. 2 minutes have passed since the youth's eyelids quivered, and he seemed to be regaining consciousness. Now, Professor Milch's voice trembles as he says,
What is wrong, Teufel? Why does he not regain consciousness?
I do not know.
See how pale he is. But his pulse, feel his pulse. It grows so faint.
Yeah, I do not understand.
But why do you just stand there? Do something.
There's nothing that I can do. Everything seemed most satisfactory. He seemed to absorb the shock of the transfusion well. You saw yourself how his labored breathing subsided and his pulse lowered. Perhaps in a moment.
In a moment he will be dead.
Give
me no more words. Save my son. Do something, I tell you.
Restrain yourself,
Restrain myself. I tell you that my son is... There's no heartbeat.
There must be.
There's not. He is... You murdered my son, Teufel.
Impossible. Everything went as planned. My computations were exact. I checked them over and over.
You killed him, I tell you. You killed him.
Impossible, I say. Impossible. I could not make such a mistake. It is impossible.
Scowling, der Teufel shakes his head stubbornly as he glowers down at the pale, motionless body of the young German on the cot. Is the youth really dead? And has der Teufel's monstrous plot against Superman and all civilization failed? Or is the crafty and brilliant scientist right when he continues to repeat?
Impossible, I say. He cannot be dead. Der Teufel cannot be wrong. It is impossible.
What is the truth? Don't fail to hear tomorrow's exciting episode when we learn. Tune in, same time, same station, for the adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Fellows and girls, be sure to follow the adventures of Superman. Brought to you every day, Monday through Friday, same time, same station, by the grand old Kellogg Company of Battle Creek. And for other thrilling adventures of Superman, see your local newspaper. Superman is also a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC publications.
And now, faster than a speeding bullet, it's part 8 of The Atom Man, as originally broadcast on October 19th, 1945.
Kellogg's Pep, the super delicious cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman. Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. And now, The Adventures of Superman. In a secret cave in the Black Forest of Germany, a brilliant but unscrupulous Nazi scientist named Teufel has injected a solution of pure kryptonite into the veins of a young Nazi, the son of Professor Milch. Teufel said that when the youth awoke, he would generate such tremendous atomic energy within his own body that the entire world and even Superman would become his slaves. Meanwhile, unable to find Teufel, Superman has returned to Metropolis, where a leading American scientist is trying to discover a defense for him against his mortal enemy, the kryptonite. As we continue now, in the musty, dimly lit cave in the Black Forest, 10 Nazi leaders crowd around the rough bunk on which Milch's son lies, pale and motionless. Almost 2 hours have passed since the injection, and Milch, frenzied with grief, addresses the squat, scowling Teufel.
You have murdered my son, Teufel.
Nonsense, Milch.
See for yourself. He has no pulse, no heartbeat.
Nonsense, I tell you. Everything went as planned. I myself tested the kryptonite solution. My computations were exact. I checked them over and over.
Your computations were false. Your whole plan was mad. I should have known better than to put my son's life in your hands.
Restrain yourself, Milch. I warn you.
You warn me? Who are you to warn me? It's my son who lies there dead.
He will yet revive. He must live. All of the kryptonite was dissolved and is now assimilated in his body. Here's our last chance, our last hope.
Nine is dead, and you killed him. And for that I shall see to it that you too shall die.
You're a fool, Milch. You should know better than to threaten me. I said your son will live. But if he does not, then he died for the fatherland.
The fatherland? Who are you to speak of the fatherland? All that you ever did was for yourself, for your own selfish ends to gain power and money.
That is a lie.
It's the truth, and you know it. Was I not in the Chancellery the day that your first rocket bomb fell on England and you boasted to Hitler? You and I, Führer, will rule the world between us. You did not say Germany would rule. You said the Teufel would. I leave it to General Bromberg, who was present. General, is it not true what I've said?
Gentlemen, please, we cannot afford to quarrel among ourselves. There are too few of us left.
Then take this fool Milch away from me until he calms down. I must take
A fool, am I? Why?
Yeah, you are a great fool, Milch, and a disgrace to our noble cause.
I am a fool, am I? A disgrace to our cause. I'll show you murderer. There are Allied soldiers in the forest who hunt for you. I'll bring them here.
What?
Milch? You'll pay for murdering my son.
He leaves the cave. Stop him.
He only threatens Teufel. He is grief-stricken. When he calms
The
down...
fool will do as he says. After him, all of you.
Nine. The light soldiers are all about. They will see us.
Then I will go alone. Quick, General, give me your revolver.
Nine, Milch can be trusted, I tell you. And he is our only chemist, a great chemist.
I tell you, the fool will betray us. Give me your gun.
Well, here it is.
Good. Now remain here quietly, all of you. I will take care of the traitor and return. The boy cannot be dead. There is still a chance.
Rushing from the cave into the dense forest, Der Teufel furiously pursues Professor Milch. Meanwhile, summoned by the wounded military police sergeant Bill Nelson, Major Carroll and a squad of American soldiers have arrived at Gottfried's Inn, hardly a mile away, under the cellar of which an underground tunnel leads to the Nazis' secret cave in the forest. After treating the wounds of Sergeant Nelson and his companion Corporal Harry Marks, Major Carroll and an army doctor have just found Gottfried, the innkeeper, who lies faintly breathing behind his bullet-shattered bar.
Major Carroll.
Doctor, Gottfried's alive. Maybe he can tell us about the Teufel.
Yes. He's done for, though. You better make it fast. He can't last much longer.
Listen, Gottfried, you're in pretty bad shape.
Yeah, I know. Tell me, Major, what will happen to my wife?
If she was working with the Nazi underground, too, she'll have to take the consequences.
Oh, but she was not. I swear it.
Your word is no good to me, Gottfried. Now tell me.
Listen, if I tell you where the Teufel is, Major...
Yes?
You will promise to be lenient with my wife?
I can't make any bargains with you, Gottfried, but I'll tell you this. My government wants Teufel badly. If you help us get him, we might be disposed to deal more kindly with your wife.
Yeah, I will tell you.
Listen. You know the road which goes through the Black Forest to the south of your camp?
Yes?
If you follow that road almost to the end of the forest, you will come to where it branches off. A wagon trail goes to the south, and a narrow foot trail to the southwest. For perhaps 5 miles on the foot trail is a small log house where the game warden lives. And there, if you make haste, you will find Teufel.
You mean that?
Yeah, he is there now. But you must hurry. Tonight he meets someone there. Tomorrow he departs.
You're giving me a bum steer, Gottfried. It won't do your wife any good.
No, I am not. You men have already looked through the inn and found nobody. I know I'm dying, Major. I think only of my poor wife now. But you must hurry, or the Teufel will escape from you again.
All right. We can be back in a few hours. I'll leave a car here, Doctor, in case you want to take him to the hospital.
Right, Major. Lieutenant Harris, station a guard around the inn and hold anyone who comes here. Johnson, Henshaw, Cohn, get in the car with me. Take the forest road just beyond the camp, Sergeant. Yes, sir. And step on it.
Speeding away from the inn, Major Carroll is unaware that the wily Gottfried has sent him on a false trail, and that a few hours' delay in discovering the secret tunnel under the inn may mean the difference of life or death to Superman. We'll return in a moment for the startling climax of today's episode. But first, here's our good friend.
You know, gang, the weekend is a swell time to check over your collection of those new comic buttons that come in packages of Kellogg's Pep. See how you're coming along, how near you are to having all 18 different buttons. You'll probably want to round up your pals, too, so that you can all trade duplicates, because these buttons are really worth having. The colors are bright as anything, really stand out against the clear white background. There are 18 different buttons in all. That means 18 different funny sheet favorites. What's more, you don't have to send in a single penny to get these smart-looking comic buttons, not even a box top. You can't buy them anywhere because they're exclusive prizes in packages of that super delicious whole wheat flake cereal, Kellogg's Pep. So how about asking Mom to get you some Pep tomorrow? Then, inside the package, you'll find an exciting prize, one of these slick-looking new comic buttons or a military insignia or warplane button. There's one in every package of P.E.P. Pep, made by Kellogg's of Battle Creek.
And now, back to the adventures of Superman. 30 minutes have passed since the Teufel left the secret cave in the Black Forest in pursuit of Professor Milch. Now, as the tall, gray-haired General Bromberg and 9 other Nazi underground leaders wait nervously around the rough bunk on which Milch's son lies, Teufel re-enters the cleverly concealed mouth of the cave.
Teufel.
Yeah, here is your gun, General.
2 bullets are missing.
You will find them in Professor Milch's bag.
Ah, what have you done? There are only a handful of us left, and Milch was our only chemist. And he was a great chemist.
He was a fool, and his stupid childish sentiment would have made him a traitor. This is no longer his son who lies here, but the future savior of Germany.
It is now you who speak like a fool, Teufel. This boy is dead.
He cannot be. I made no mistakes.
He is dead, nevertheless. His heart has stopped beating. And when I placed a mirror to his mouth a moment ago, not the slightest mist came on the glass.
I tell you it cannot be. He must live. Every ounce of the kryptonite is in his body, and I can get no more. This is our last chance, our last hope to conquer first Superman and then the rest of the world.
This is no time to speak of conquering Superman, Teufel. Your stupid shooting of Professor Milch endangers all of us. The Allied soldiers will find him and extend their search for us. We must leave here at once before it grows light. But first, we'll bury this boy.
Ah, yes, within him the kryptonite, the power to destroy our enemies and make me, all of us, such emperors as not even Hitler dare dream of being.
A dead youth has this power?
He is not dead, I tell you. He cannot be. Where are my papers, my computations? Ah, here they are. We will check them again. Perhaps some small thing went wrong which I can rectify.
We will pay no attention to this madman. Weismann, Jodl, Schmidt, Keller. Take spades and dig a burial hole in the rear of the cave. Schnell!
Wait, you cannot do it.
If you interfere, Teufel, you will be shot.
What? You dare to speak to me that way to the Teufel? Now listen to me.
I will not listen to you. You endangered us in coming here with your crazy schemes. And now there are 2 less of us. If you must go too, it will be no loss.
But
Silence! Giselle, Bormann, carry young Milch to the grave. Need not be deep, only enough to escape attention.
No, wait!
One more step, Teufel, and I will pull the trigger. All right, Giselle, take him.
No, wait. General, look.
Look at what?
Young Milk. See, his chest moves. He's breathing.
Oh, no, Victor, it cannot be.
It is. See for yourself. He breathes, I tell you, he breathes. And see, the color comes back to his cheeks. He lives.
Yeah, it is true.
See, all of you. My atom man lives. Young Milk lives. And now it is the end of Superman and of all who dare to defy the Teufel and the Master German race. Ha ha! I have won! I have won!
His frog-like eyes shining behind his thick-lensed spectacles, his fat hands clenched triumphantly above his head, the Teufel chortles with maniacal glee as the slim, blond German youth on the rough bunk opens his eyes and breathes deeply, then looks around at the ring of excited Nazi leaders above him. Is this young German, in whose veins runs the pure, dissolved kryptonite, now an atomic monster, before whom the world, but first Superman, are doomed to bow in slavery or suffer utter destruction? Don't miss Monday's thrilling episode, fellows and girls. Tune in, same time, same station, and listen to The Adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Fellows and girls, be sure to follow the adventures of Superman. Brought to you every day, Monday through Friday, same time, same station, by the grand old Kellogg Company of Battle Creek. And for other thrilling adventures of Superman, see your local newspaper. Superman is also a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC publication.
Well, it's finally happened. The Atom Man lives. Or so it would seem, since we have a long way to go in this story, and they're all named after him. So I think it's safe to assume that things are gonna get pretty dicey for the Man of Steel from here on out. And what's next for the Bat-Supe Corporation? Legal wrangling and shenanigans are probably about to kick into overdrive, and we've got your ringside seat all fluffed up and ready. It's the least we can do. So we'll see you next time, gang. Until then,
To most readers of the daily newspapers, bank robberies are common and rather unmysterious events. But there is on record the strange story of a bank that was robbed without a gun, and apparently without even a robber.
The Midland Bank in Blackpool, England, is what is known as an eminently sound institution. And the only dubious incident which mars its long and honorable record of service is the one that occurred on August 6, 1926. It was on that Saturday, at high noon, when the doorman was just closing the doors, that one of the Midland's regular clients entered the bank with a large bag under his arm. He was Mr. Lloyd Fenwick of the Corporation Tramways Department.
Morning, Mr. Fenwick. £800 in here, all treasury notes.
I'll make out the slip for you, sir. But you'd better open the bag yourself.
I don't know who else could open it. Got a new type of lock on it. No one could possibly open it unless they know the secret, and I'm the only one who knows it. I've got another bag out in the motor van with all the silver in it. Safe enough to leave this one on the counter, I suppose.
Oh, yes, of course. Just leave it where it is, sir.
As he turned away from the cashier's counter, Mr. Fenwick noticed that the bank was still quite crowded. Nevertheless, since it was now past the noon hour, the doorman had locked the doors to prevent latecomers from entering. As he unlocked them for Mr. Fenwick, the tramway's official remarked,
No need to lock up again, my friend. I'm coming right back in.
But the doorman was a man of caution. During the few moments that Fenwick was gone, he stood by the closed doors, his hand on the key. When the official returned to the cashier's window, he carried another bag, smaller than the first one, in his hand.
We'll count the treasury notes first, sir, if you don't mind.
Makes no difference to me. Well, give it to me. The bag with the treasury notes. You must have put it away.
I? Oh, no, sir. It's lying right over here where you... But, Lord, sir, it's gone.
Yes, the black leather bag had vanished from the cashier's counter. What's more, it had vanished from the bank itself. The police were summoned, but a most thorough investigation failed to reveal its whereabouts. Fenwick, the cashier, and the police themselves were utterly mystified. At 3 o'clock that same afternoon, Patrolman Cook was strolling down Needham Lane, just a block away from the Midland Bank.
Hello. Someone must have lost a bag. I say now. Could this be the one what's missing from the bank?
Tucking the bag under his arm, Patrolman Cook made his way quickly to the Central Police Station. And there, while one of the officers got in touch with the Tramways Department, the others took turns trying to open the lock. But the lock refused to yield. They were still working over it when Mr. Fenwick arrived.
This is it, gentlemen.
I only hope the money's still there.
The lock's still closed, isn't it? That simply means no one could open it.
None of us here could make the blooming thing work, sir.
No? You just take hold of it like this, see?
Aye.
And you insert the key. Good Scott. The treasury notes. They're not in the bag.
Though every indication pointed to the fact that the bag had not been opened, that it could not possibly have been opened, nevertheless the money was missing. And while this was remarkable in itself, it was no more remarkable than the bag's disappearance from the bank through a door that was locked and guarded. The 800 pounds were never found, and neither was the solution to the strange mystery. A mystery incredible but true.